Burchett, honored to be a co-sponsor of your Defund the Taliban bill. I now recognize Mr. Moskowitz from Florida for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, for allowing me to wave on to today's committee under the rules of the Oversight Committee. I appreciate it, as I tried to wave on to a previous meeting and was barred, so I do appreciate you allowing me to attend today. You know, I was the first Democrat member to join the DOGE caucus in Congress. Took a lot of crap for it, by the way. And I did it for the right reason, because I thought government can get smaller, government can save money, and government can be more efficient. That polls in the 80s. Most Americans know that. And I thought we were really interested in the E part of DOGE, efficiency, okay? But ask yourself, what have we made more efficient in the 6 months that DOGE has been around? Yeah, there are things we have found that shouldn't exist. But name a department, name a system, name a service that this committee or the caucus or Elon has made more efficient. They said they were going to find $1 trillion. They fell 85% short. Look, government is inefficient. But the DOGE caucus and process was like, hold my beer. Let me show you what inefficiency really looks like. Okay? The DOGE caucus hasn't met in months. It had 2 meetings. Congress wasn't involved at all in the process in the executive branch. Elon's gone, the effort's dead, buried, rigor mortis is setting in. I feel sorry, ill talking of the dead. I shouldn't do that. But I mean, seriously, the Newark airport, that is the key example for the American people. You want to talk about how did we make government more efficient? We didn't. We made government the Newark airport. And by the way, now that the national divorce is happening with Elon Musk, and I'm a child of divorce, okay? I mean, who's going to get big balls? I'm worried about him in the divorce. The children always get caught in the middle, right? And so I just, you know, if he's out there, I just want him to know we're rooting for him. Certainly, we've not made FEMA more efficient. The administrator apparently doesn't know there's a hurricane season. Wait till he finds out there's 5 categories. We're going to blow his mind. Nothing has been made more efficient by DOGE. No new technology in any of these departments, no lower costs, hasn't happened, right? We promised to tackle the national deficit and debt. They haven't done that. They've made it worse by the big, bloated abomination bill, okay? I mean, Elon has turned on them, but he's telling the truth. The bill will add to the deficit, and it will add to the debt. And so, listen, I ask my colleagues, point to me one thing we've made more efficient. If you want to drop the E from DOGE, because we've not done efficiency, that's fine. We can rename it. We can always rebrand. They're great at that. But nothing has been made more efficient. Here are the wins for congressional Republicans. You ready? They're going to do a $9 billion rescission bill, okay, which they're going to get rid of Elmo, which the American people were clamoring for. Okay, but they're going to add $2.4 trillion to the debt, $9 billion versus $2.4 trillion. And then they want us to cheer for them and give them a trophy like they're a 5-year-old at a soccer game. Everyone gets a trophy for their participation. Okay, by the way, these things I'm bringing up, Republicans themselves, including the chairwoman, have expressed their frustration that Congress has not codified anything at all. And so, look, it's interesting. Elon just retweeted this. When are we going to flatten the curve? It's fascinating. We're using COVID graphics and COVID slogans. This is the debt. This isn't COVID cases, okay? And yet, my Republican colleagues who have always talked about the debt and deficit. I went out, I bought the debt clock that Thomas Massey wears, $99, by the way. I don't know if that's a great deal, but, you know, like 2-hour battery life. He told me you gotta, like, if you dim the screen, it'll last a little longer. Wow, it's still going up. Doesn't seem like these DOGE cuts, right, or this rescission bill have handled anything with a debt or deficit. And so, yeah, look, yeah, Elon is, we love dark Elon now. Oh, yeah, this is interesting times, right? And Republicans will say, oh, wait, he was a patriot. He left his companies. He was doing the right thing. That's what they said for 6 months. Now they're saying, well, he's just mad because he's losing his EV credits. He didn't get his Starlink thing. They got rid of his NASA administrator, okay? Look, we got to do this together, guys, on a bipartisan basis to tackle the debt. I asked the Speaker to put a budget commission together to get Democrats and Republicans on a bipartisan basis to tackle the debt. But that bill should die. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
The gentleman's time's expired. I now recognize Mr. Burleson from Missouri.
Thank you, Chairwoman, and thank you to our witnesses for being